Hurricane Melissa is being called one of the most powerful Atlantic storms in more than 150 years. This week, it made landfall in the Caribbean, and now the pictures are coming out. They show just devastation. Houses are completely destroyed. The landscape has been stripped bare. There is no electricity or clean drinking water. At least 30 people have died. Dozens are still missing. Countries like Jamaica, Haiti and Cuba are picking up the pieces. The world is trying to rush with aid, but rebuilding could take years. Our next report brings you the details.
They call themselves the hurricane hunters. Before Hurricane Melissa made landfall, a crew in a Lockheed C-130 pointed their aircraft at the churning monster over the warm Caribbean waters. Their job? To fly into the thing everyone else was trying to escape. But it wasn't an easy task. They dealt with nearly 700 feet of vertical whiplash in under a minute. The plane shook like it wanted to come apart. Crew members braced against G-forces that felt like the very sky was trying to crush them. They gathered history-making numbers anyway. After all, this was one of the most powerful Atlantic storms in more than 150 years. They survived the beast. But hours later, the Caribbean would not be so lucky. Jamaica was first. Melissa arrived not as a storm, but as the strongest hurricane the island has ever recorded. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to splinters. Streets disappeared under churning mud and debris. The landscape was stripped bare. Electricity went dark for most of the country. Water lines stopped flowing. Phone calls turned into silence. And in the West, where the storm clawed hardest, 90% of homes in some towns were damaged or gone.
After I come this, but not so long ago, about 20 or 30 minutes ago after I come here, the place was so devastated. I was so, I don't know. I was looking for it, but I don't know. I just couldn't manage. I just couldn't manage the situation. Even though I see it, been through it, but the managing direct part wasn't that good. So I go. Just have to cry to ease the pain.
Then, it was Haiti that bore the brunt. Hurricane Melissa tore through the country. In Petit Goâve, families climbed rooftops only to watch homes crumble below. At least 30 people have been confirmed dead. Dozens are still missing. More than 15,000 people are crammed into emergency shelters. Thousands more are unreachable in washed-out mountain towns.
Hurricane Melissa, look what it has done to us. We are victims. We don't know what the situation is like in other areas. We are victims at the La Diga Bridge. We couldn't save anything we owned, not even our slippers and shoes. Everything is gone. I survived because I live on a higher hill.
Then it was Cuba's turn. Even downgraded, Melissa carried enough fury to force hundreds of thousands from their homes. It turned valleys into temporary seas. Landslides buried highways. Villages vanished behind curtains of rain. Still, 240 communities trapped without access or communication is not normal. Melissa then moved northeast toward Bermuda and the Bahamas. Forecasters say it will transition into a post-tropical storm as it barrels deeper into the Atlantic. But for thousands across the Caribbean, the storm isn't history. It's right now. In Jamaica, food lines stretch longer each day. Water runs low. Hospitals are strained. In Haiti, citizens are rushing to rebuild their houses. Relief teams from the U.S., Britain, the UN, and humanitarian groups are landing in these countries. They are armed with tarps, lanterns, water purifiers, and food. Damage assessments are happening in real time. Governments are pledging millions. But aid is slow. Roads are slower. And nature does not wait for bureaucracy. The hurricane hunters flew into a monster. The Caribbean lived through one. And now, as always, the rebuilding begins. one aid packet at a time.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.